Welcome back. It's Sunday at Valencia, day 2 and round 2 of the NASCAR Euro Series season for 2025. And Sunday, always a hugely popular day at the gate here in the NASCAR Euro Series. Another 18-lap race to come for Pro, but 15 laps coming up this morning for the open class around the fearsome Circuit Ricardo Tormo.
It's Sunday and we are ready for the second open race here at Circuit Ricardo Tormo, and today we have one of the fastest drivers from yesterday's race, Bruno Mulder, racing for Team Blakemole. First time on the track, but still already a very good pace.
Yeah, pace was looking really good today or yesterday. Just really happy with the car, making improvements the whole weekend, and it's my first time on the drive of this car. So in the beginning it was a bit of a switch because I'm straight out of karting. But now I'm getting used to everything, finding the rhythm, and it's a beautiful track to be here.
How was it to be on a grid with so many other drivers racing a V8 car, and it was just close touring car racing, right?
Yeah, it's quite a lot, the first race, but I had to get used to everything. So much is happening because it's just so much bigger. You're in big cars, close together. It's close racing, but it's I love it, honestly.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck for today.
Thank you.
A great young talent in Bruno Mulder. Another talent really coming into his own, Thomas Krasonis, starting from pole position after winning yesterday's EuroNASCAR Open Division race. Can he make it 2 from 2 in the Open classification? Martin Doubek is alongside him, Mulders and Schauber on row 2 of the grid, but it's Thomas Krasonis that should lead them down towards the first corner. Doubek, though, will try and hang on around the outside, and all very early on the brakes. There goes Thomas Krasonis. Thomas Dombrowski, his teammate, is into him. Oh no, Dombrowski tags Krasonis. Krasonis in turn tagged Schauber, and Claudio Remeggio Capelli trying to avoid all of that. He ended up spinning out as well. Gil Linster was involved also. He went rally crossing. Schauber into the gravel. Dombrowski lost loads of places. Krasonis, while he got the car spun back around again, pointing the right way. He's dropped way down the order as well. We've had a full course yellow, but now back up to full racing speeds, and Martin Doubek finds himself in the lead of the race, and behind him is Bruno Mulder. Mulder's running second position in just his second ever race in the NASCAR Euro Series. Moreover, his second ever car race full stop, and he's running in second place. His teammate at Team Blakemole, Melvin de Groot, is following in third place. For Team Blakemole 2-3, behind them is the Team Japan Needs 24 entry of Kenko Miura running up in fourth place. A lot of drivers profiting off that first corner, staying away from the carnage and moving up the field. Thomas Torfel now trying to find his way around Kenko Miura. Valentino Gambarotto is behind them as well. Gambarotto, who ended up in the gravel yesterday on his first appearance. And look at this, side by side, almost going into turn 14. Miura managed to cut the nose, though, off of Thomas Torfel. Torfel is going to have to work a bit harder to try and get around the Japanese driver, Kenko Miura, who, of course, has raced NASCAR-sanctioned competition on both sides of the Atlantic. Gil Linster, obviously, has also run Daytona in ARCA previously. He's to the inside there of Florent Richard for 9th position. Linster on the way back up the order after getting involved in that first corner melee. Moretti Jones Racing, number 30. Behind them is Roberto Benedetti, and Thomas Dombrowski is hustling the back of the 24 car. Behind him is his teammate Thomas Krasonis. I wonder how Krasonis is feeling under the helmet in 13th position. Not where he'd have seen himself having started the race on pole. Florian Richard, of course, running for Luca Lasserre's Speedhouse team as he did last year, so a continuation for the young Frenchman. Krasonis looks like he has the inside here of Thomas Dąbrowski. Will move up into 12th position with a bit of a lead on his teammate. Krasonis at the first corner was just very early on the brakes, and unfortunately I don't think Dąbrowski quite realised how quickly that door was going to close to his inside. You saw there Claudio Remeggio Capelli was coming back out of the pit, so he's out of the running after that moment that he had. He's a lap down. He was actually serving a drive-through for not serving the full course yellow properly once he was out of the gravel trap. Here comes Thomas Toffel around the outside of Kenko Miura. That's a fabulous move at turn 1. Of course, you can take liberties with that runoff area on the exit of the first corner, but if you do so too often, and certainly if you gain a place while off track, soon the stewards may look at you, so you do have to be careful. Schauber and Dąbrowski running together on the circuit. Capelli involved as well, although Capelli is a lap off these guys. Lots of drivers well down the order. Oh no, Thomas Krasonis tags Florian Richard. Oh, that was just being too eager to make his way back up the order. He was back in the overall top 10, and Florian Richard really innocent bystander in that one, and the body language screams frustration as he gets out of the car. Incident cleared under full course yellow, so no need for a safety car, but disappointment for Florian Richard, and Thomas Krasonis, I suspect, will be slapped fairly heavily on the wrist for that one. Martin Doubek is your race leader, having a fairly controlled time of it at the front. Bruno Mulders is keeping pace with the reigning EuroNASCAR 2 champion. He's doing this on his first weekend. Where will he be by the end of the season? Number 48 car with a new coat of paint this year. Sandro Tavakkaladze, one of 2 Georgian drivers racing that car. And Jill Linster eager to get by, but that error at the final corner won't help his case. Toffel is chasing Melvin de Groot here for 3rd position. Ooh, gets into the rear there of Melvin. And his tyre goes down. Now, was the tyre down before or after the contact? Realistically, it doesn't matter. The net result is the same. And Thomas Toffel, another right front failure, unfortunately. It will be frustration for M Racing and Toffel on what had otherwise been a very good first weekend of that partnership. Groot ahead of Kenko Miura now in the battle for 3rd place, and is Melvin starting to struggle because he's been left behind by his young teammate Bruno Mulders, and moreover Kenko Miura definitely has the pace advantage right now. Miura looking to the inside at turn 5, isn't going to find a way through there. Tavakkaladze behind him, Jill Linster also in the queue here for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th places. Kenko Miura is doubling up in the Pro and the Open classes, of course. Melvin de Groot is, as usual, only running in the EuroNASCAR Open. Miura there to his inside at turn 10. Rally crossing a little bit on his way, but through he goes. Kenko Miura is up to 3rd place. Tavakkaladze is going to have a look too. He's got the inside line for turn 12 and makes it look fairly academic. Jill Linster carries huge speed through 12 and 13 and moves up to P4. Linster got 2 for the price of 1 there. Buy one, get one free. Jill Linster up to his, at times in years gone by, signature position of 4th place. But at the front of the field, Martin Doubek has had a very controlled motor race. All the drama went on near him. He was in proximity at the first corner, but he managed to avoid everything. Martin Doubek powers out of the final turn. The checkered flag waves for the Czech. The defending champion has his first victory of the season. Martin Doubek finishes ahead of Molders, Kenko Mura with an overall podium for the first time in over 6 years. But victory lane for the champ from last year. Congratulations, Martin Doubek.
Martin Doubek, the reigning Open champion, you won.
Yes.
Okay, back to you, Adam. No, just kidding, just kidding. What a drive and a revenge for yesterday, I guess, right?
Yeah, we start from P2. Was good start. I don't know what happened there to Thomas. I didn't see it. I have to check it, but was good. We had the fastest lap also. So yeah, I'm happy to be here again on victory lane. Now let's celebrate.
Yes, I want a live reaction, of course, what happened there in turn 1. Can you just tell me your perspective with your teammate Thomas Krasonis?
Yeah, that's bad that it happened between together with the teammate, but on the start I got pushed from behind and I lost the balance with the brake, so it was a smooth brake, so I got pushed, I took speed, and then I couldn't brake properly, so yeah, and unfortunately it's with my teammate, so I'm sorry for it, but...
And Jill Lindster comes out of the first weekend as the championship leader, but Martin Doubek will carry the momentum of victory into the next race at Vallelunga. Bruno Molders and Kenko Mura, an unusual podium for sure. Molders also the Master Trophy classification winner, and Kenko Mura winning the Legend Trophy. Lady Trophy going to Ariana Casoli. Sunday is still young here at Valencia, of course. EuroNASCAR Pro just around the corner as the fans get ready for more action.
Hello race fans, it's a Sunday here at Circuit Ricardo Tormo and I have Garrett Lowe next to me, driver for Promotion in the 99 Chevrolet Camaro. It was your first EuroNASCAR race yesterday on Saturday and it was an amazing debut, right?
It was. We did a lot of work on the car this weekend to really get me dialed in. So yeah, absolute props to all the promotion team and Julian and Dominic for helping me get up the pace. So we're trying to keep it light, keep it fun. I'm learning. First weekend is so far really good, and yeah, I hope we have a really good race too.
What about the experience? You come from the US as a iRacing, eNASCAR driver, sim racer, hybrid racer right now, but being in Europe, driving a NASCAR car in Europe, how does it feel like?
It's really cool. The atmosphere yesterday was incredible. Very difficult for me to interact with fans when I don't speak their language, so trying to learn on the fly. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, the atmosphere was incredible. The grid walk was awesome. I was so caught up in signing autographs, I was almost late getting in the car. So yeah, so a lot of things to learn, but been a lot of fun.
All right, thank you so much and good luck today.
Thank you.
It's a second opportunity for Thomas Krasonis. He scored the fastest lap of the race in the first race of EuroNASCAR Pro on Saturday. And the fastest lap gives him pole position for Sunday. It did not go well starting from pole a few moments ago in the open race. What can he do in EuroNASCAR Pro? Paul Giffreau lines up alongside Krasonis. And then on the second row, it's Gorelli and Ivan Muller. We're underway and racing. And it's a good start from Krasonis. This time I'm sure he won't be as early onto the brakes at turn 1. Indeed, he holds the lead. Giffreau very wide indeed there. That might give an opportunity to Ivan Muller. Giffreau trying to brake there on the curbs. He doesn't get the car stopped and he again is well off the circuit at turn 2 across the gravel. He'll be demoted to 4th, if not 5th position. It is 5th behind Martin Doubek, who's had a lightning start from the tail of the top 10 to 4th position. And Ivan Muller is up into 2nd place. Paul Giffreau is down to 5th. Your leader is Thomas Krasonis. Then it's Yvan Muller. Vittorio Garelli again finds himself behind the vastly experienced Frenchman. Yesterday he couldn't find a way past. Will he suffer again on Sunday? He's going to be under threat from Martin Doubek, who's closing in at a rate of knots. Thomas Krasonis has done everything right on the first lap of the race. He leads. Less than 24 hours ago, he took his first ever win in EuroNASCAR Open. He now finds himself in the lead with EuroNASCAR Pro. Of course, making his way into PK Car Sport this year. You saw there Garrett Lowe pressuring Gianmarco Ercoli. Martin Doubek is now under threat from both Giuffreau and Sebastian Blakemolen for 4th position. Giuffreau tries to go around the outside, and he succeeds. Or does he? No, not quite. Giuffreau tries to cut to the inside now for the first corner, but Sebastian Blakemolen is pressuring him as well. Doubek remains in 4th place. You see there Ercoli in 7th. He's got Garrett Lowe and Liam Hazeman's behind him. Sebastian Blakemolen to the inside of Giuffreau. Paul Giuffreau doesn't seem to have the same speed in that car today. It was the first car to victory lane this season, of course, at yesterday's first day of the year in the EuroNASCAR Pro class. And now Gianmarco Ercoli is behind the RDV competition car as well. And he cuts the inside at turn 6. Isn't going to get it done there. But that's Illumitech Racing Mustang looking solid underneath him as well. The top 4. Oh, Doubek. What's happened to Martin Doubek there? You heard a huge over-rev there on the number 7 car. Did he shift down too early? What happened there? Doubek, either way, has pulled off the circuit. He was threatening for an overall podium, and instead it looks like it's going to be a non-finish for Martin Doubek in Hendricks Motorsport. Well, the open class race win will be consolation. Of course, that's the championship he wants to defend this year, but all the same, a disappointing end to his weekend in EuroNASCAR Pro. Here comes Vittorio Garelli, and that was a fairly definitive move there at Yvan Muller, and in a way unlike he achieved on Saturday. This time it seems that Garelli has gotten past Muller and gotten past him definitively. Yvan's trick was always to find a way straight back past Vittorio anytime there was an overtake, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen this time around. Vittorio Garelli up to 2nd place. All the number 14 car, Ulysse Del So, is in the gravel. A full course yellow covers that. We're back to racing on lap 8 of 18. And a good start there from Sebastian Blakemolen. He sneaks around Yvan Muller. These two drivers have a 50-plus year tenure in racing between them. But Yvan Muller has the inside back. Through into 3rd place again goes Yvan Muller. Blakemolen and Giuffreau right there with him. It looks like Giuffreau is reeling in Sebastian a bit here. Tantalizing look to the inside there from the driver of the number 3 RDV competition Mustang. The Blakemolen Camry running ahead of him. Of course, all these cars mechanically identical in spite of their different bodywork. Same engine, same chassis. And here comes Giuffreau. Oh, that looked very early and easy on the brakes from Sebastian Blakemolen. Didn't really put up much of a fight. Paul Giuffreau gets through into 3rd position. Of course, up ahead, it's a PK Car Sport 1-2 with Garelli following his teammate Thomas Krasonis. Perhaps not the manner in which he'd have pictured it, but a 1-2 is the situation at the front. But now, Yvan Muller holds 3rd place, but can he hold off his countryman, Paul Giuffreau? Giuffreau, who spent a lot of his childhood here in Valencia, carries the Valencian flag on his car all season long. This is his de facto home race. Yvan Muller on his first weekend Get the feeling that racing bug is biting him again after a couple of years away from the racing scene. Here comes Giuffreau, though. That was a big dive at turn 14. Has Muller got the run out of the last corner to retaliate? They're still side by side going into turn 1. They're very, very close together. Muller there oversteering massively. Both of them go way, way wide. And Ivan Muller there, I think, tried to carry too much apex speed. Giuffreau too late on the brakes into the second corner. They're still almost side by side. Ivan Muller ends up going back into third place. I think mid-corner there, Ivan Muller at turn 1 ended up drifting very, very wide indeed, but somehow both he and Paul Giuffreau stayed out of the gravel. Not sure Paul will be delighted with being run out that wide. He's still yet to find a way around Ivan Muller. Sebastian Bleekemolen waits in the wings. If there is another moment like that, I'm sure he wouldn't refuse third place. Hasemans and Lowe follow him. Garrett Lowe has gotten himself around Gianmarco Ercoli by the looks of it then. As Ivan Muller tries to shut the door, but the nose of Paul Giuffreau is there. They're still side by side. Looks like Giuffreau has the better run. Ivan Muller tries to slot to the inside there, but a little bit of a touch between them. Paul Giuffreau just about holds on, surely. He's now got third secure. Yes, he's through definitively. Ivan Muller just giving a nudge there to Giuffreau at turn 8, and they both live to tell the tale. Garrett Lowe, meanwhile, around the outside of Liam Hasemans at turn 11. Promotion driver with the outside line at 12 isn't quite going to make that work. Oh, but he does really try to hold on around the outside. But now Liam Hasemans remains in 6th position. So much quality in the pro grid this year. The fact that Hasemans and Ercoli are both outside the top 5 tells a story. But what about this story? Just over 20 hours ago in Victory Lane, it was a first-time EuroNASCAR Open win for PK Car Sports' new signing Thomas Krasonis. And now he is a race winner in the EuroNASCAR Pro Division as well. What a result for Thomas Krasonis. Looks like Liam Hasemans there has a tyre going down right at the end of the race, but he holds on. Krasonis wins it from Gorelli from Giuffreau. Ivan Muller takes 4th, and Sebastian Bleekemolen rides out that top 5 result. What a win! What a day for Krasonis. He will be thrilled.
First of all, the basics. Costa Mare, Dodoni, Alon Day, Paul Tibas, my friends, my family, everybody. Without them, this is not happening. The team boss, the guys from PK, everybody. It's not possible without a combined effort. So, man, I don't have anything to say. I don't like, what do you want me to tell you? We are 6 years in this championship. And in 24 hours, we did 2 wins. It's the first win of a Greek in a major European car series. We broke every record here this weekend, and hopefully with the title in the end we can bring in many more. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul. Still a lot of applause from your fans here at Circuit Ricardo Tormo in Valencia, Spain. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, the start wasn't good. After we start fighting, we have some really bad issue with that engine. I was losing so much on straight, so that's why I was forced to dive bombing from nowhere my opponents, because yeah, it was my only chance to overtake them. I wanted to take good exit, and they were way faster than me on the end of the straight. So yeah, happy from that P3, nice battle at the end with Ivan Muller, but yeah, so happy with that P3, but yeah, we have something to change on the car.
Paul Giuffreau will be in a strong position coming out of the first round, but what about Thomas Krasonis? Wins the junior trophy as well as the overall classification. Kajaya, the Georgian racer, winning in Challenger Trophy. Look at that headline though. Thomas Krasonis, not only a first-time race winner, but the championship leader heading into round 2 at Vallelunga. Next time out on his home turf, of course, is the champion from last year, Vittorio Gorelli. Can he go from second in that race to a win next time? Tune in to find out.